Hello, it's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. We're here today to talk about the brand new Kubota RTV520 that's been released by Kubota. We're going to do a little bit of an overview today with a little quick demo of how it drives. Okay, so talking about the RTV520, some of the biggest change you'll see on it is the hood itself, completely redone. After that too is where the winch mounts. You'll see a little bit more closed in than before. A lot of them are sold with a winch, so Kubota's kind of incorporated that now, made it a little bit simpler for the dealer to install, as well as a little bit more room there to incorporate it. Some of the other things you'll see as well whenever you're dealing with the front of the machine is the roof and the windshields that are now available. There's quite a bit more selection than there ever was before. A little bit nicer fits and finishes, as well as now you can get a full cab. For the last, I'd say last 7 or 8 years, there was an issue with the cabs being a little bit too tight and emissions getting into the cab, so that hasn't been available with doors, but now you can get either a full-sided hard cab or a soft-sided cab. Now we're just going to move on and talk a little bit about what the operator station and some of the changes that have gone on in there to make life a little bit more comfortable for you. Some of the small changes they made is a few different dials up above the steering wheel in the dash there. The biggest one being electric fuel gauge. Before it was always down in underneath the seat, very hard to read and kind of a clunky system. Made it a little bit hard to know if you're running out of fuel or not. Now it's right there in the dash, easy to read, you know whether you got enough to get home or not. Virtually the same seat as before, a little bit more cushion to it appears, and a little bit more form to it. But again, same sort of comfort level on that end. One unfortunate thing is, after we've done a couple kilometers on this machine, is the shifting is still not 100%. Being a hydrostatic transmission, you can still get that oil pressure built up in there. It doesn't shift as well as the other gas model, which is the 850 Sidekick. It's more comparable to the diesels in its shifting ability, where sometimes it does get hung up there. Not a big deal. Again, if you just pump the brake and potentially just have to rev it up, that pressure will alleviate and be able to shift. But getting back to some of the positives on it, whenever we're dealing with the bed, still all metal. Again, you'll see a little bit more cowling on the side, and on the tailgate itself is completely different. You still got your nice towing capacities of about 1,200 pounds, and you're still only that 55 inches wide, which is nice if you want to get it in the back of the truck, take it to the camp for the weekend. Again, these aren't your big full-fledged diesels or the Sidekick. They are a smaller platform. They're like a perfect blend of comfort as well as durability. It's kind of taking the place of that four-wheeler, so nice, easy to get on whenever you want to go out on a tour. Again, speaking of touring, your top speed is still only going to be about that 40 kilometers an hour, a little bit less than the diesel or the Sidekick, but still, quick enough, not too quick. Basically, just a nice little touring machine that has that reliability of not being running into many issues that way. Again, it would have been nice to see an independent rear suspension on this. More than likely, that would have made it too wide or something, because again, it's still just not a solid rear axle, but pretty close. It hasn't changed over the 500. So yeah, so that kind of deals with some of the biggest changes you'll see on the machine. Again, if you have to go over them, a quick overview of it is the cowling itself is a completely different look to it. Some of the options available are now available, being the cabs and different roofs and windshield to make it a nicer, clean fit to it. And then some of the dials you see on the dash have changed, as well as on the back here you'll see just nicer fits and finishes to it. So this one's in orange. You can still get the camo. One of the nice features now is you can get deluxe rims, the mag rims. Before it was always aftermarket or whatever. Now you can get right from Kubota the nice shiny rims, whether they're silver or the black, depending if you're going camo or not, depending which way you want to go with that. Again, it all adds cost, but makes it for a nice looking machine. As is the other Kubota side-by-sides, there's always the two options of tires, whether it's the heavy-duty work sides like you see currently, or the ATV style, a little bit more knobby, a little bit better if you want to get a little bit farther into that mud hole. Hopefully that gives you a quick overview of what's changed from the RTV500 to the RTV520. As you see, it's just kind of a little bit of an update overall, with a few nice improvements to make it a little bit nicer package without a huge price increase associated with it. So if you enjoyed the video today, please leave your comments down below and like and subscribe.